Alright, we're back in the messy garage. We're going to do a oil change on a 335i F30 BMW. It's mine. You guys have seen it on the channel already before. Let me show you what I've got. So, I ordered this off of ECS Tuning. Comes complete with bubble wrap, or bubble at the pop. A bunch of paper if I wanted to write correspondence to anyone. A lot of paper. More paper. We've got an oil filter. Got a red plastic bag with a magnetic plug. Oil pan plug. So we'll be putting that in. It's got the new crush washer on it. There is a new filter gasket in here as well. So if you guys get this or you guys get any other parts, make sure that those come with it. And I got a bunch of oil. So, alright, so let's get started. What we're going to do, it's a pretty easy procedure. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get under the car on the creeper. I'm going to locate the oil pan and take out the drain plug. And at that point it's going to spew a bunch of oil. I've got an oil pan, oil catch if you will, that is specifically designed, you can get them anywhere, but it's specifically designed for oil. It catches it, you can seal it off and then you take it to your local auto parts store where they recycle the oil. So that's probably the best way to do it, cleaner. Don't throw it in the grass, don't throw it in the sewer, you know, this is not necessary. Alright, so what I'll probably do is I'll probably put a GoPro down here so I get more of a POV look at what I'm doing underneath the car, and then once we've got that drained, I'm going to pull the oil filter out like normal, which is up here on top of the car. See, right here. Take that out. Actually, I'll take that out while it's draining, give it a little bit of breathing air to get stuff to drain quicker. I will then put the new oil filter in here with the new filter gasket. Be careful, everything's kind of warm if you've been driving the car a little bit. You do want it warm because you want the oil to flow out really good. But be warned, the oil's going to come down right on your hands, so just get out of the way as soon as you can and catch it in the pan. So once we have that new filter in, put the new plug in, and then fill it up with oil. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see what we got going on. Alright, so we're going to be looking for this little door here. There's a plastic locking mechanism, if you will. I'm going to rotate that so that it's not over this little door. And then you pry the little door open. And so this part's really kind of a dirty job. Break that loose. And alright, so you see the bolt under here. I got the socket on it. I'm going to loosen that up and the oil's going to come spilling out. And high rate of speed, and it is warm. There it goes. It's like a jack-in-the-box. It comes out when you least expect it. So just expect it. Okay, so what I'm using is a strap wrench like this. I'm going to put it on. These are pretty easy to use. They're pretty good for oil filter changes, whether you have the canister or whether you have the traditional metal ones. So you just put the strap on it, tighten it up a little bit, and then you give it a turn. Once we take this off, we've got some rags to put around here because this can be messy. Just gonna let the oil drip a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is prepare this to go back in. Here's our new filter. And here's our new filter gasket. And then we've got another washer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this filter out. And it'll go flying, so be careful. Now I got oil on the garage floor. We got a couple gaskets. There's got one right here I'm pointing to. I'm going to pull that one off with a little pick here. Okay, so that one's off. There's another one also around the threads here. Right here's another one. So I'm going to get under that one and pull that one off as well. Oil dry is going to be your friend if you are as messy as I am with this. So we've got the new filter came with the two gaskets that we just took off. So I'm going to put the little one on first. There's really no right way, or which one to put on first, doesn't matter. Just get them both on, get them both seated. And this one I'm going to put on around there. There's a groove right after the threads that goes in. It's also a good idea to take some of the existing oil, you'll have plenty of it around, and rub it on the new gaskets just to lube them up a little bit. Take the new filter, make sure it's on there all the way, so push it in, and we'll go top side again, put this back in. Okay, so we got the new gaskets on, one on the tip, one right here around the grooves, right there. And we're going to take this and just thread it back in. Alright, so there it stopped. You don't want to torque this thing down because you'll never get it off. But you do want it to be a little tight so it doesn't leak oil. So what I do is I just kind of put this back on here, give it a little bit of a snug. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is going to put the new, this is an ECS Tuning, it's got a magnetic tip on it. We're going to put this is going to be their new oil pan plug. The gasket also came with a crush washer that you would normally just replace this crush washer, put the bolt that you just took out to drain the fluid or drain the oil, put this crush washer on there and put it back in. You'd be good to go. This one has a crush washer already on it. I'm going to use the one that came with it. This one I'm going to set aside because these actually come in handy. Alright, back underneath the car we have got a bunch of oil in here, and It's still dripping out. I'm going to put this bolt in there. Get a rag, clean up anything that's spilled. Alright, so we got this torque down. Got it all wiped up. We're ready to, actually know what I'll do. Leave this here for now just to make sure there's no leaks. I don't think there's going to be, but we'll go back topside and start putting some oil in it. Okay, so we're on this side of the engine bay now. I'm going to put a funnel in. I'm using the BMW twin turbo SAE 5W30. So I'll put the oil in and we'll continue to the next step after this so I don't bore you guys to tears. This engine takes 6.5 liters of oil. What we're doing, we're putting in the BMW and it's in liter bottles. This is the 6th one, so I will finish putting this one in and then put a half one for any of those of you that are mathematically challenged. That would be 6.5 liters. If you're using quarts, it's going to be 6.9 quarts, I guess. Okay, so the next step is to wash our grubby hands because we don't want to get in the car and start it with oil on our hands. So I'm going to clean up in here, wash my hands, and then we'll join again in the car. All right. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the oil level. Got the car running. And what we're going to do is now go to menu on the iDrive. Vehicle info. Vehicle status. And then you've got measure engine oil. It says you need to have the car in neutral or park. We have it in park. And we're starting. So I may speed this part up because it takes a little while. You'll hear the engine rev up a little bit just to make sure it's trying to cycle all the oil through and measure it. And we are right on the money. Right at the max. Using the level right here. Okay, so now we'll go down to services required. And it says engine oil. Okay, so we're going to reset the oil indicator now. Right now it's red, it says it needs to be done. So what I'm going to do is we're going to shut the car off real quick. Car is totally off. And then I'm going to push it without my foot on the brake. I'm going to push it one time. So this comes up. And we're going to press and hold the odometer button. Okay, so this comes up now, and you see engine oil, reset possible. I'm going to press it again and hold it. Reset. Press it again, and it is resetting. Hopefully you guys saw that. This is the button here that I'm pressing. It's the one to reset the odometer. All right, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and hit me up on Instagram as Messy Garage BMW, and I'll talk to you guys later.